Hello there! Today we are headed to Universal Studios despite the impending hurricane, because Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store is having a preview for team members and annual pass holders.
Walking through Universal City Walk, we noticed that a lot of the merchandise stands appear to be closed. We assume this is just because of the hurricane. It looks as though they have removed the giant medallion that's usually under the main arch. They still have 5 of the posters up though for the haunted houses. It looks like there's room for one more, and personally I think it should be for the Dueling Dragons house.
Before we visit the tribute store, we're going to take a quick stop to check out the VillainCon Minion Blast. Since it's only a 15-minute wait, that's bananas!
This is going to be our first time on VillainCon Minion Blast. Ultimately, the outside exterior queue is pretty bland and could definitely use some work, especially this part right here. Once we get to the inside part of the queue, it actually gets much better. It's themed to be a convention for the villains. Universal Orlando typically prefers you not to film on any of their rides, and as this is going to be our first time on VillainCon, we won't be doing any POVs. After riding this for the first time, I would say that honestly it wasn't that bad. I was expecting way worse. However, they could definitely make it much better with just a few simple things.
Now that we are done with VillainCon, we'll head on over to the New York section and check out the tribute store.
Since today is the very first day of the store being open, there was an exterior line that we had to wait in before we could even enter. The whole interior was themed to either be a comic book store and or like you're walking into a comic book yourself. It was a very neat store and perhaps the best Halloween Horror Nights tribute store we've ever seen. We will do our best to show you as much as possible. However, this is the first day and the store was extremely crowded.
Right. This comes from the food dispensers. This is the merchandise cup, but they're both the refillable cups. Okay. So they have a different one. That's what I was trying to tell you.
This is the last room in the tribute store, and it's primarily focused on just simply checking out and purchasing the items you've found. After this, we're going to head around the park, look at the scare zones, and maybe ride another ride.
And of course, now that we're leaving, there's absolutely no line for the tribute store. Yay us.
We walked through a couple scare zones, but the weather was pretty rough. However, once we got to Men in Black, the weather cleared up. However, it's time for us to jump on a ride.
Join us now as we take you on a fantastic
Universe and You program terminated. Access granted for MIB training.
Hurry up, rookies. We haven't got all day. Greetings, rookies. Sam here. Sorry about this funny theme park nonsense. Welcome to MIB Agent Training. Find out if you're the best of the best. But don't get your hopes up. This ain't no cakewalk. Sam out.
Attention, all available agents, immigration in process. Prison transport launch in 1 Acrinian day.
Just a moment, folks. What are you guys want? Oh, we're crying out loud. Let the alien prisoners get over some. It would also destroy a powerful subatomic thermal disruptor that will obliterate even the largest of alien.
When constructed, quickly move to the farthest possible seat. All rights.
I think he did all right, but let's check with the coach.
My finger hurts. We're supposed to have a break already.
Once we had exited the ride and got close to the gift shop, I noticed that they replaced the old photo counter with a little tiny arcade. I found this very interesting, and I've definitely been on this ride countless times. However, I haven't noticed that they made this change. Here's another change we noticed. Usually this path is only an exit for the haunted houses. However, this year, it looks like it'll be an entrance for one as well. Usually the entrances look something more like that. The construction walls have finally been completely removed in Springfield. It looks like it's missing something though.
As we continue around the park, we notice more decorations have been added to the Jungle of Doom scare zone.
I'm very glad they surrounded this crash plane with a whole bunch of plants. The last time I was here, they had nothing around it, and I was assuming they were just going to let the darkness and fog cover it up and hide everything. But these plants definitely look much better and make it seem more like a jungle. I just found out today that Mel's Dine-In will finally be receiving a much needed remodel. It's been the same since I moved here in 2012.
Over in the Hollywood section at the park, they haven't really added much to the dark Zodiac scare zone.
This last scare zone that we are walking through now is most likely going to act as a preview to what you'll find at Halloween Horror Nights upon your visit. It's at the very front of the park, and it's sure to showcase many things to come.
And amidst all this dark and dreary decorations and the lack of color, you're going to find a splash of color on this trunk that's going to give you some serious Scooby-Doo vibes. And that concludes our brief preview into the Tribute Store and just a general fun day at Universal. If you have any comments or concerns, please leave them down below. And as always, thank you so much for being a part of our Backpack Adventures.